for Yugoslavia, and been a lot of talk about that, but she's Yugoslavian born.
Both these players extremely strong off the ground.
Well, you see what Jelena Dokic is going to try to do. It's very similar to what Monica Seles tries to do out on that court. And hit a good first serve, but I think if there is that weakness in Dokic's game right now, Alana, you may agree with me, it is that serve is not consistent enough, not enough of a weapon.
Monica taking the ball really early, and she will use Jelena Dokic's pace.
You hear those screams. A pretty rowdy crowd out there. There's nothing wrong with that. We need some of that in tennis. I'm sure we saw that. I'm sorry from Monica Seles. And when players hit the net, they usually apologize. But did we ever mean it? Nah.
Sorry, I couldn't do it every point was what I was thinking.
Right. Well, I'm talking about the two hands on both sides of Monica Seles. Obviously, it's a weapon, but at times that can hurt her with stretching out.
Definitely less reach for Monica Seles with both those two hands, but she is able to get incredible angles because she can use her wrists to roll the ball over. You see Seles using one hand, and she's pulled wide on that forehand.
And that's the way to make Monica Seles stretch out, and Jelena Dokic opens up very well, taking that first game.
And you see Monica have to release her second hand and pulls that one long. Dokic, a pretty good mover, cutting off the angle there and recovering back into the court.
And that's just the perfect beginning for Jelena Dokic. You want to get out ahead of Monica Seles. You don't want to be playing from behind against a player like her.
No question, Monica's a front runner, and she gets better and better if she can get a lead.
And when we come back, there'll be more of what should be a terrific final from Bahia. Jelena Dokic holding her serve, just what she wanted to do. Now she faces that left-handed serve of Monica Seles.
And the serve for Monica, a big part of her game. She likes to hit the big serve down the tee on the important points, especially to the left court. So let's look for that. But Monica Seles really uses the serve to start the point and put her opponent on the defense. And then she's really able to try to take over the point with her aggressive ground strokes.
A little bit of distraction. Obviously, fans coming in. Now they're settled after that change of sides.
Dokic at least hits the ball very, very flat, not much spin. So it really does shoot through the court. Monica a little short on that one, and Dokic really ripping that one down the line.
It was just a gorgeous down-the-line backhand. And you watch just these couple of points that they played. These two both hitting hard and flat. They're just going to go at each other. But Alana, it seems to me that in a match like this, where Monica Seles isn't playing someone with an overpowering serve, it's sort of that anything you can do, I can do better. I mean, this is the type of player that Monica Seles likes to play.
For the most part, I think you're correct, Elise, but Monica Seles probably isn't as quick as Jelena Dokic. I think that's you would give Dokic the movement factor and also obviously the youth factor. And as we talked about earlier, Dokic with a much easier road to the final. So for Monica, she's going to want to keep the points short. She's not going to want any extended rallies.
Now my question to you is, who do you give the hunger factor to? Because historically, Monica Seles has been so hungry to win titles, to win matches, and then now you have Jelena Dokic, who certainly has risen in the rankings, seems very hungry herself.
To answer your question on the hunger factor, I think it's so different. For Monica Seles, she is a great, great competitor. She wants to win. For Jelena Dokic, she's on the way up and probably feels less pressure in this match because Monica is expected to win. But she'll be winning many, many titles, that's for sure. Whether she wins today or not really is a stepping stone in her future.
40-30, 40-50.
And that ball, down the middle ball, that's the one that Monica doesn't like as much. She likes when those angles are created for her.
Well, when you play anyone who plays with two hands, you really like to try to jam them and not give them an opportunity to get out of the way. But Monica seems to be rushing a little. Both the players need to kind of slow down and take their time. And that's where you see a huge improvement in Monica Seles. Speed and fitness. Traditionally not very quick, not quick off the mark, but she's done a tremendous amount of work with the new coach, Michael Seles. And the one thing about Monica, she is very, very focused when she decides she wants to get into shape.
Yep. And with that great movement, she evens this match at 1 apiece. And not the most fluid mover, Monica Seles, but she has worked on it, and she certainly has made up for that lack of speed in her career with anticipation and just with great heart, going for everything.
Dokic right now is doing a good job of mixing it up. She is hitting some drop shots. She is making Monica Seles reach for the ball. So she's playing a smart match.
Going to the well one too many times there.
Well, Monica really anticipating that, and there you see the use of the two hands, being able to really flick the ball with her wrists for that cross-court winner.
And that's just the toughest shot there is for a two-hander. A low ball on the run moving forward is so tough, but Monica, those great wrists.
And the more drop shots Monica Seles gets to, the more confident she's going to become in moving and going after those balls. There by both players. Dokic being forced to come to the net, hitting a pretty decent volley. And one of the toughest shots in tennis here, the two-handed backhand overhead.
You see that volley. She's been playing a lot of doubles, got to the finals of the French Open this past year, so that definitely comes in handy. The more doubles you play, the more comfortable you feel at the net. And someone like Jelena Dokic, who you think of as a baseliner, playing a lot of doubles, working on that volley can only help. That's just very solid tennis from Jelena Dokic as she takes the 2-1 lead. You got to be impressed with her so far, Alana.
She's playing good tennis. She's got a good mental game going. The question is she going to be able to make the adjustments if Monica starts to get onto what she's doing?
Jelena Dokic just leaning into those shots. She leans into the ball beautifully. And so far, she's given Monica Seles plenty to deal with. Jelena Dokic leads it 2-1. Jelena Dokic playing some very good tennis out here to start.
Crowd starting to fill in. First ever Seles WTA tournament being played in Brazil. Great for women's tennis to be in such a large market.
Well, there have been so many great Latin American players, and you start with the Brazilian, you think of the great Maria Bueno. And there's never been an event in her country after having that magnificent career. You have to say it's about time. And of course, Brazil's got the #1 ranked male player in the world in Gustavo Kirten. So tennis growing in this country.
Hopefully this women's event will encourage more and more women players to take up tennis as a potential career. Monica Seles really getting to that ball and using her whole body to lean into that cross-court backhand winner.
No doubt, Jelena Dokic has a strategy, and she's using it so far. I think she's probably using it a little too much early in the match because you don't want to show your hand to that extent. And Monica has won some of those points off that drop shot and is just going to be looking for it.
Four first serves for Monica Seles in this game. Seles a little bit late on that shot, and I think it's because Dokic hits the ball so flat that it tends to really skid through.
That's just good serving from Monica Seles. Getting those first serves in makes the huge difference. So far, not much between these two, these first 4 games of the match.
Sometimes Dokic lets the toss drop before she makes contact instead of reaching up to the ball at its highest point.
I agree with you, and I've got to say, I don't love that service motion. She falls off the ball. It's very awkward, and you know, even though she's almost in that top 10, she's 12th in the world, you think, gosh, if she worked on that serve and improved that serve, things are going to be much easier for her. She makes life more difficult by struggling with that serve. And I really think, Alana, that in tennis today, when you've got the Williams sisters, the huge serves of Venus, of Serena, Lindsay Davenport with the big serve, the big hitting of Capriati, you need a pretty big first serve to compete.
No question, Elise. By having a shaky serve, it's going to let you down when things get really tight. And you never ever want to have your serve just be to start the point. You want to have it as a weapon, so it can help you win some free points. And when either of these players misses a first serve, they are then on the defensive.
0-40 la 40.
Now trouble for Jelena Dokic. The error there sets up 3 break points for Monica Seles.
15-40, 15-40.
Surface is DecoTurf, similar surface, or the same surface as the surface played with at the US Open. So not too much in surface change, certainly though in conditions, a lot more humid in Brazil.
And Monica not happy she had that chance at the second serve. She's just licking her chops when she sees a serve like that sitting up. One more break chance. There you have it. Monica Seles draws first blood. She gets the first break of serve and leads it 3-2, and not what Jelena Dokic wanted. Well, we're going to switch gears here just a little bit, because you talk about history and you talk about the rich history of tennis, and you may be surprised to know that it's believed that a woman was the first person who introduced the sport here in the United States. To Oxygen.